This is a tutorial for the My Sale Manager software system that the Moms Club of Alexandria Northeast uses for our consignment sale for our consigners to enter their inventory and sign up for their volunteer shifts. So first things first, we want to access the web page for My Sale Manager. So you should use the web link that was sent to you in an email from momsclubconsigners@gmail.com or the co-chairs of the sale. So when you go to that web page, you'll get to our system. But if you bookmark it, you may get an error message like this. It says you cannot navigate to this page directly. Please use the links on our website. So the link that you were sent in an email is mysalemanager.net/HOM_start.ASPX ? Partner code equals MCAL for Moms Club of Alexandria. So when you click on that link, you get to the landing page for our software. But if you look up in the browser, you'll notice that the web link changed. So it's now says mysalemanager.net/G_consignerlogin.ASPX. So if you bookmark this web address up here, the G_consignerlogin.ASPX, instead of copying and pasting the one from the email that ends in partner code equals MCAL, you'll run into that error message. Other error messages you might see include a message about cookies or the server logging out. And all of these are very frustrating once you finally find yourself a couple minutes to enter some inventory and you get stalled by something like that. So just make sure that you're bookmarking the correct web address so that you're not wasting your time. So I'm going to start by entering some inventory and showing you all how this works and how you can make yourself the most money. So I'm going to log in using my consignor number. I'm one of the co-chairs of the sale. And in general, I want to emphasize that we established this Facebook group for consigners to ask each other questions about things like pricing and how to describe items. And the Moms Club consignment relations chairs and the co-chairs of the wholesale will be monitoring the group and can also help you through that forum, or you can email us at momsclubconsigners@gmail.com. So this is the landing page for our software and for our sale. So you can do any number of things on this page. This is where you registered for the sale, obviously. If for some reason you needed to unregister, you would do it here. We hope you don't. You would update your account information if your address had changed since the last sale. You would select your drop-off shifts, which you already should have done during registration. Your volunteer shifts sign-up will be done here as well. We're going to be sending out an email once we open up the volunteer shifts to sign up. Working with your consigned inventory, we're going to do that in a moment. And then also, if for some reason you didn't approve your seller agreement, you would do it here. But again, you should have been prompted to do that during your registration. Worker agreement is more for people who are just volunteers. Over here you have different reports that you could generate. This is more for post-sale. So you have seller report, donation report, unsold item report. Particularly the donation report is helpful for people who may claim this on their taxes. So we encourage people to download their reports once we upload them a couple days post-sale, but just download them immediately so that you remember and you have them. We'll send out an email before the next sale to remind you to download them because we have to clear those out before the new sale. So now we are going to enter some consigned inventory. So at this landing page, you have a couple different options. What we're going to focus on is working with consigned items or active inventory. Inactive inventory really applies to people who'd done the sale before and had items that didn't sell and they wanted to try and sell again, or items that they later chose not to sell and didn't end up putting out on the floor. So they may go in and reactivate that inventory and try to sell it this time. So again, if you're new to the sale, don't worry about that section. Printing tags, we encourage everyone to print their tags as PDF and to wait to print the tags until you're sure of all of your prices and items that you're going to be selling. It's just much easier for you, much less confusing if you're consigning a lot of items, which most people are. And so I'll show you what that looks like at the end of entering a few items. Down here again are options for reports that you could generate, or viewing your sold items, which that's again a post-sale item. So let's work with some consigned items. Now up here at the top is all the information that you're going to use when you're entering items, and also what's going to be shown on your price tags. So there's a lot of different categories you could choose from. Sizes, you have 2 lines of description with a certain limit. Oh, thanks a lot, McAfee. Certain limit of characters. You have your price, your quantity. You can check to discount. So we have the discount sale at the end of the sale. And what that means is your price would be reduced by 50%. You don't have to discount. And if your item is not discounted, what it will say on the item is no discount, so that the shopper knows that it's still full price. If you choose to discount, nothing new is on the price tag, but the shopper will know that anything that doesn't say no discount is eligible for the 50% off during that time frame at the end of the sale. Check to donate is for you to say, hey, if this doesn't sell, I want to donate to the charities that the Moms Club has reached out to and who are coming to pick up any unsold items. Remember that at the end of the sale, if your item hasn't sold and you haven't checked to donate, we ask that you come pick it up at a certain time. So if you don't want to come pick up a bunch of items and then also store them in your house, etc., try to sell them elsewhere, donate all your items. It's just easier. So I'm going to enter a few items that showcase some of the questions that we get for the sale. So I have 2 boys, so I'm going to be entering some boys' clothing. So on size, we recommend that you enter items grouped by size, just because the system will default to the last size you entered. So it just saves you one more drop down that you have to select from. In addition, when you're organizing your items at home for drop off on the day before the sale, the setup day on Friday, you're going to have to group your items together by size and by gender. So it always is going to be easier for you to both enter them in groups for sizes to save yourself time, and then organizing them later when you're doing it for drop off. So the item that I'm entering here is a 0 to 3 month Christmas outfit. So it is a Just One You, which is the Carter's brand that's sold at Target. Reindeer sleeper with a hat. So Just One You it's an okay brand. It's, not a super nice brand like Hannah Anderson or Tea Collection. And it's also a very small size, and it's Christmas themed, so it's probably only going to be worn a handful of times. So I'm going to do $2 for this item. Quantity is 1, and the quantity denotes how many of this items you have, so not how many are within the item. So it's, 1 item within the price tag, even though there's the sleeper plus the hat. I would like to discount, and I would like to donate. So I'm going to submit the item. So then you scroll down and you see that it is now in my inventory. So the next item that I'm going to enter are some Gap turtlenecks. Now I'm breaking my own rule, and I'm going to do 6 to 12 months, but I wanted to show you guys some variety of items to enter. So this is striped turtleneck. Now I'm going to choose to sell 3 turtlenecks on 1 price tag because they're similarly looking items. They're probably bought at the same time by my sister who got them. So it's a long sleeve onesie, and again I'm selling a group of 3, so I say in parentheses pack of 3. I feel like if I sold these individually, I could sell them for like $2 each. Since I'm selling a pack of 3 and I want to make it worth someone's while, again, this is a consignment sale and we really want them to buy the items, not just think, oh, this is overpriced. I'm going to sell this for $5. I think that's a pretty good deal. And again, quantity is 1. And I would like to discount and I would like to donate. So we're going to submit this item. And now we're rolling. And another thing that you'll see here are how many items I have in my inventory, how much value I have so far. As you get going, that'll be a more exciting thing to look at, you know, how much you could really make if everything's sold. So the next item that I am going to sell is an item of baby gear. Here we listed under baby equipment. So baby equipment is a catch-all category. There are some that are broken out individually down here that I'll show you. So baby gates is one. Bath, you could probably put bathtubs in there. Further down, car seats. Then you have exercisers are its own category. Further down, high chairs, potties, and strollers. So because I'm selling a J.J. Cole Bundle Me, doesn't really fit in anything other than the baby equipment category, so I'm going to sell it in there. Now the J.J. Cole Bundle Me comes in the infant size or the toddler size. Since that's not really reflected in our sizes, I'm going to leave the size blank and I'm going to describe it in the 2 description lines as the infant car seat cover. So J.J. Cole Bundle Me Infant car seat cover. I'm going to sell this for $10. I could probably get anywhere up to $12, I think would be fair. It's in good condition. We didn't use it very much, but I want to make sure it sells. I don't want this back, so I think 10 is a good price. I would like to discount. I would like to donate. So there we go. Now our final item that I'm going to enter as an example is a stroller. So strollers really range in the quality and also the premium brands. So the one that I'm going to sell is a Kiko Kefit car seat caddy. Again, it doesn't really have a size associated with it, so I'll leave that blank. So the full name of this is the Kiko Kefit car seat caddy stroller frame. I had to check that one on Amazon. So I think I'm going to say $25 for this. I had thought $30, but again, I always try to challenge myself with pricing because I think sometimes my initial thought is probably a little too expensive, and I really want to make sure this stuff sells. I honestly, I don't want it back. So on this item, I'm actually going to choose not to discount because I think $25 is really fair for this, and also not to donate. Normally, I want to donate as much as possible, but since this only fits a Kiko car seat, I don't know how useful it would be to someone who doesn't have that specific brand of car seat. So it might be better to sell it elsewhere if for some reason it doesn't sell at our sale. Rather than donate it, I would just be concerned someone might use it with the wrong car seat. So I just want to make sure it's used right and used well. Or I might just give it to a friend, but let's see if I can sell it for $25. So I'm going to submit this item. There we go. So now we go down and we see what I have so far in my items. So I have 4 items so far, $42. It's looking pretty good. Now, if you wanted to edit any of these items, let's say I thought, you know, I want to go down $1 more on my Bundle Me, you'd go in here to edit. So instead of going up here where we'd been before for the item, you're individually within these lines. So you could change your description, any of these categories, the size, the price. So usually you do this for the size and the price, or for discounting and donating. So right now I'm going to say cancel because I'm pretty solid with my price, but that's how you would edit by line, by individual item, any items. But since that all takes time, you know, we encourage you to be just solid in your pricing when you do it. But particularly for first-time sellers, I know I used that a lot for my first sale. So I'm going to cancel because I felt good about that price. I just wanted to show you all what that looked like. In addition, if at the end of the sale you're thinking to yourself, oh my gosh, I have so many items and I don't want to come back at 2 o'clock to pick anything up, you can mark all as donatable and you can mark all as discountable. And you could even do that if you felt like you discounted too much, and then you could, let's say, line edit and say, I just want 2 things to be not discounted and everything else to be discounted. So there's options like that, particularly once you get into having a lot of items in your inventory and you start to regret not donating things or not discounting things. That's how you would change it. And remember that during the sale, you can't change your prices unless it's for a super high priced item like a big stroller or a large piece of gear. We try to have it be a threshold of above like $30 or $40, just because it takes supervisor approval in a couple minutes on the register, and it's only a handful of people at the sale, like the co-chairs and the lead cashier can do that, so it just kind of it bogs down our line and all those things. So for all those reasons, make sure that you're pricing things fairly and that you're choosing to discount if you really have to think to yourself, do I really want this back? Do I really want to store it or try to sell it somewhere else? So that's all things to consider, and that's how to use these buttons. So now that I have a couple items, I'm going to click up here that says I'm finished for now. And just another quick reminder, remember to do this part up here quickly so that you don't get timed out. That was something we talked about earlier, but I know that's annoying when it happens to me, so I don't want it to happen to you. All right, so now we're going to go here and look at some of our tags. So once you're ready to print, again, we recommend that you do this at the very end when you're sure of all your prices, you're sure you're selling all of those items, so you don't have to change anything in that way. So you print all tags as PDF. Opens a new window, and then you say display tags for printing, and here are your tags. So when it came time to prepare your items, you would have already hung everything up that you needed to or prepare your gear, and you'd cut these out individually and either pin them to clothes or tape them to gear. So we're going to do a separate tutorial on prepping your items for sale, but just a couple things to note while you're looking at these tags here. Particularly when you're taping tags to things like gear, books, and toys. We recommend that you use painter's tape, which we know isn't clear, so that presents some issues, but it doesn't leave residue on the item, which would be annoying to the buyer. But when you're doing that, we know it's kind of annoying with this software that there are no margins in between the tags. The challenge with that is that there's important information right on the edge here. So you can cover up the name of our sale. You can cover up just a little bit down here, but we particularly don't want you to cover up your consignor number or your item number up here, because if something happens where your item gets, your tag gets misplaced from your item, and someone said, oh, I want to buy this, piece of clothing, this toy, and we have found your tag, we can try to look it up in the system. So that is all a good reason to have a good description of your tag and to let us see clearly your consignor number and your item number. And for the shopper, you want to make sure that they can see the size and the price. And then obviously the barcode so we can scan it so it can be sold. So those are all things to consider when you're prepping your items so that it just enables you to get the most sales possible. But particularly with not taping over your consignor number, like for example, I'm consignor 86. If you're not printing these out well, like it doesn't look good or it's kind of crumbly, you used not great cardstock, and this isn't clear up here, or you've taped over the number, someone might think that I was consignor number 6. And I'm not, I'm consignor number 86. So for all those reasons, just try to have really crisp looking tags that don't have any places taped over that has information we need. So I'm going to close out of this because I don't need to print these out at this time. I just wanted to show you all what they looked like. And I think we're done for now. So I hope you guys enjoyed your super fun tutorial of the My Sale Manager system. In addition, Please feel free to ask any questions that you have about pricing or other questions related to consigning on our new Facebook group, and also to email the Moms Club Consignor Relations Chairs at momsclubconsignors@gmail.com. And they'll also be monitoring the Facebook page to answer any questions you have. But the goal is also to have consignors give each other advice and help each other out. So we hope that you utilize that resource. And again, let us know if you have any questions and how it can be helpful. Thank you so much.